Next week's wealth principle is wealth principle 24, the power of stick-to-itiveness. That is one word, stick-to-itiveness. I changed it from what was previously formerly known as you will fail, do not give up on the process. I didn't like that one too much because people didn't like that one too much. Whenever I post it, it was my lowest attendance of all the 52 weeks to wealth, even though it was my favorite principle. Wealth principle 24 is just so juicy. It's like, as long as you stick to it long enough, you're going to be rich. Don't give up. As if you've heard that before, you only fail if you give up, right? It was like the most important of all the principles. Just stay going. If you suck at all the other ones, but you stay in it long enough, you'll get there, right? So wealth principle 24, I'm going to teach you how to do that, how to stay in it, how to keep going. For everybody who's wearing one of the 100 Millionaire shirts, let's throw those shirts to the camera. I want to see our people. Where you at? I see Greg LeBlanc's guy, Dr. Terry Wager, Ron Bowling. Awesome. We're going to see you at the 100 Millionaire Summit this year. But before that, we do have Generator Business School. Generator Business Bootcamp is coming up August. So I will be back in New England for the 5th, 6th, and 7th of August. If you missed me this past time, I will be there, but I'm not coming alone. I'll be there with Dr. Terry Wager. I know Doug McGurk is coming. Mitch Jorsky is coming. Dorina will be there. Ron Bowling is going to be there. Ryan McDermott will be there. Michael Shine will be in the room. Heidi Rain will be there. We're going to be bringing a bunch of millionaires into the Rhode Island area so that we can serve for 3 days straight, teaching how to build partnerships, how to scale your business, how to build your teams, how to map out your business plan, get to that next level. Hands to camera if you know you want to double your income, double your net worth this year, down to do it. Generator Business Bootcamp is the place to be for 3 days. You can tell me you don't like my hair. That's possible, right? You can tell me you don't like my eyebrows. You can tell me you don't like the sweet beard, but do not tell me you don't have 3 days to learn the steps to become a business professional. The cost is ridiculously low. It's $247. Again, don't tell me you don't have $247 to get to the next level. If that is your problem, you've got bigger problems. And Cam, if you understand that. Coming up with $250 in 3 days is a challenge, then they'll tell you what, you need to be there at this event. I don't say that at all events. Like if you're broke and you can't rub 2 nickels together, borrow 2 nickels, like borrow the $250. If you have to work a job and you're working 3 jobs right now, go in, like borrow somebody else's time, beg somebody else to take that time for you at work. Right, go and do a 4th job. It's time to pick up job number 4 so you can take 3 days off. And it's Cam, if you understand how important it is to learn business, marketing, sales. This is what we're going to be teaching deep at Generator Business Bootcamp, because at the 100 Millionaire Summit, we're going to be focusing on scale. We're going to be focusing heavily on partnerships. We're going to be focusing very heavily on putting you in the room with millionaires, deal doers, and connecting each other, how to leverage and connect each other's skills. Every one of the 4 events that we run throughout the year is designed to double your income, double your net worth. The 52 Weeks to Wealth is a tool in that process to keep you engaged. The 52 Wealth Principles are a tool that keep you on the track, on the path. But the live events, that's where we make it happen. Hands can, if you know, it's really powerful when you're live with another person. That game changer. Yes. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Anybody with an excuse that you can't make it, please shoot me a text. I want to hear your excuse because I have a feeling that it's not real. Share the screen with the website. Dorina, can you drop the link with the website in the chat? Oh, Felly did it already. Awesome. Excellent. So I will share the screen of the website. Who'd like to see the screen? Who'd like to see this landing page that Dorina works so hard on? And by Dorina, I mean Dorina and her team.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. So here it is. You come in here and you drop a little bit of information, just your name, like this, and your email address, and you hit the register now button. And once you register, you're in. You're gonna have to put a little bit of payment information. Again, it's for today, $247. We previously did charge $3,500. It's not a fake number. We actually charged that for people, and we have people who did pay that. So, we had to give them extra value. This is only for the people who are on this call right now, who see this opportunity and who are going to be there and bring a friend if you care enough about them to get them to the next level. If you don't care about your friends, then don't tell them about this great opportunity. Hence, care if we understand. We care if we share. We share if we care. What questions do you have about anything we talked about today. Eric, you're up, brother.
You going, Walter, man. I appreciate it. All you guys too. Shouts out. Thank God for the AC, for the Alchemist Nation. Shouts out to all you guys. Hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. The question kind of came to me. I'm thinking about that name change. So you mean to tell me that the name change, you're going to fail, scared people from that, and now stick to it if this is a bigger name? Now you're getting more people there?
That's the truth, brother.
But
It's
I mean,
science
the
and
whole
marketing.
the whole process is about growth and development and really getting into that place and growing into the spot of success and earning it. So it's part of the process of failing. So I'm kind of baffled by that. You know, I had a little powwow with one of your fellow millionaires. I am a millionaire to be, but earlier in the week, and I asked a question about how could I make, I guess, $50, 10x to $500 in the next couple of months, so we can make it to the conference in October.
Hell yeah, I love that. So if you want to make another couple $100, let's say hotel costs, right, for 3 days, 4 days,
right?
You should pay an extra day. So what are the hotels right now, Doreen? Is $150 for everybody who uses our lake? I think it's a little more affordable.
Right,
about
the October event. Right, the Millionaire Summit.
Are you talking about our summit? Summit is 119. Not even like.
All right. So the summit is 119 a night. By the way, for everybody who's wondering why we do our events in Orlando, that is the reason. It is much more affordable for our community to be in Orlando than it is to be in New England. The New England trip is obviously $250 a night if somebody's flying in, and that's one of the reasons. So okay, I got to now add 120 plus 120 plus 120. Let's say you stay 4 days. So we're gonna go with $480. Eric, we're cool with that. $480.
Split the room. Split the room with someone.
Okay, that's intelligent. When we used to travel a lot in 2017, I used to split the room all the time with guys like Terry, with Drew Martin. We split the room everywhere we went. Let's say your flight is another $400. Doreen, is that fair to say? From anywhere in the country is probably
probably less, actually. Orlando is such a popular destination. It's probably like, if you book tickets now.
Depends where you're flying from, depends what kind of flight you're getting. If you want to take 5 planes, it's going to be a little cheaper. If you want to take a direct flight, it's going to be a little bit more. I have a question for people that are thinking the way Eric is thinking about how do I get to this event? And for Eric, we'll just play with Eric for a minute if I can. What do you do for work right now? What do you do for money?
Security is what I'm doing right now.
Okay. And how do you make your money? You get paid by a paycheck?
Right.
Do you do any side hustle?
Yeah, I do. What's
your side hustle?
Actually, I got a little cleaning business that I have.
Okay. So my suggestion is actually dump some money and go into the Generator Business Bootcamp and spend the money to get the information we're talking about, so we can show you how to build your side hustle into something that can pay for everything that you want to do. See, one of the things that I see happening, and you don't have to do that. You can go to the other event and you can try to catch and think about that. But when you focus on that, how am I going to pay for this stuff idea, instead of, or I have to pay for this stuff instead of how can I pay for this, you're going to get into this place where I can't do it. And that can't is a limiting belief. There is a way. You have a cleaning business. How much do you charge for your cleaning business? Real quick.
You can say probably about residential is about $350 maybe.
$350 for a cleaning.
Yeah, for like cleaning the house.
So 3 houses, you'd have that whole trip covered in October. 5 houses, you'd have the trip to New England to go to our boot camp, and we can show you how to scale your business.
Right.
See what I'm talking about? When you start thinking about it that way, you just change your whole neurology into how can I make this money? And you start living on a basis of financial freedom is a skill instead of a goal.
I dig it. Sounds like a winner.
So we add to that, Eric, we have scaled cleaning businesses before. So your business is actually a very easy business to scale right now in this market. And I love that you got a side hustle. The only thing I'm going to have to teach you, fortunately, we are talking about at the Generator Business Bootcamp, which is how to hire the right people, how to attract and hire the right people.
And that's our third day.
Simple answer, go to Generator Business Bootcamp. And by the way, why we do this 3 months before the summit is so that you have enough money to get to the summit and pay for Alchemist Mastery once you're there. The idea is Generator Business Bootcamp is designed to help you with your business, increase income. Net worth is something we use real estate for, but income, we generally focus on business to get income. Does that make sense? That business cash flow is a lot easier. It's a lot faster to cash flow.
Oh yeah.
Real estate could take a little bit of time. It could take some time to get that money out. Awesome. Let's give Eric a round of applause. Great question. I think it's
I appreciate it, fellas.
We should answer more often, I think. Thurman, go ahead, brother. See your hand up.
Happy to see you again. So the first one was, how do you know you're being a good partner? And then also, when do you know if you should get a new partner?
Oh, this is great. I'll let Mike take these.
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. So I'm an attorney, so people are thinking I'm going to give some sort of very concrete answer, but the real answer is trust your instincts and trust your gut. And when you see red flags, don't ignore them. And you would think that I would know this from business partnerships, which I guess I do, but I've learned this more from relationships before I was married. So what you find is that people will show you who they are. They will gift you all sorts of comments. They will make comments that show you if they're honest, if they're helpful. People say things all the time. You just have to be listening. So when people tell you things, don't disregard them, because there's this golden nugget at the end of the thing. Like there's this amazing deal where you could get like a five unit. It's like, it sounds so great. So all I have to do is partner with this person. All right, maybe their moral compass is a little bit off, but let's go do it. So then answer the first question, just watch for red flags or green lights. That would be my first one. And then for the second one, I would say when you see those red flags, act quickly and always have an exit strategy when you go into it. Make sure that you set it up in a way that you can move on.
I love that. And Ron and I have always had an exit strategy. There's always been a buyout option for both of us. If either one decide, hey, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, we can always do the buyout. He and I probably talk about it once a year. You know, every so often I'll be like, do you want out, bro? I'll buy you out. And his price is always way more than I want to pay. So stay in it together.
One of the things I think about partnerships, and what Mike said was right on, trust your gut. However, your head's going to be telling you a whole lot of crap that isn't necessarily true. So pay attention to if it's a still small voice inside telling you that there's a problem that you got to look at versus your head freaking out about the next thing that happened, because our heads really do look for the problems and blow the problems out of proportion. But what you want to do, it also minimizes the problems. When there is a problem, we'll minimize the problem and go, well, it's a commitment problem for me and I got to stick in this. And so we don't tell ourselves the truth a lot. The best thing to do is what Mike talks about in his first step in his book, which is communicate. You need to talk to your partners. If you have a partnership, you need to be communicating, and you need to be over communicating. You need to make sure that they're on the same page. You need to make sure that you guys are moving the same direction. And I told a story the other day on a Facebook Live about one of my clients who thought they had the same values as somebody else, that they were thinking about partnership because they use the same words. And using the same words is great. But what my words mean to me might be the same words you use, but they might mean something completely different. So you have to really understand the meaning of what you mean by partnership, understand the meaning of what you mean by going into a deal together and what that looks like. Because so often we talk, but we don't understand that I'm meaning something else than Walter might be meaning. I say, hey, let's meet at the building. He thinks we're talking about the west side doors. I'm talking about the rights, but we said meet at the building. So we think we're meeting and we don't meet. Now, that's a very simple idea, but how much does that happen in the partnership and breaking up the money and or breaking up the duties or what? I think you're going to handle something and you think I'm going to handle it, because we talked about handling it, but nobody took the assignment. You got to be clear, and you got to have it, like Mike says, written down, and you have to have some agreeable benchmarks so you know you can hold people accountable, you know that you can take responsibility, and you know you can get the results that you're looking for. If that's not happening, then you're not being a good partner. And if it's not happening on their side, although you're going for it, you need to have a conversation about that, and you need to get vulnerable about how that's feeling when it's not working.
So powerful. Great questions, Thurman. Let's give Thurman a round of applause. Thank you, Dr. Terry Wager.
Guys.
Thank you, Michael Shine.
When I started my law partnership, I hate to say that's because there may be like analysis paralysis people in the room, but with my law partner, we met for a whole year before we agreed to partners. So we were meeting like weekly for lunch and talking about things to do exactly what Terry said, so that we understood that when we were speaking about things, we were saying the same thing. It took a long time. I'm not a C personality, so it took some patience to go through that, but it was such an important partnership that we took the time. And really hammered down the language, kind of like Terry was talking about. So yeah, take your time. It's no rush.
I'm going to add to that. And Julie Bradley, you're up next. For everybody who's considering partnering, that what Mike just dropped is true for every partnership I can think of. Ron, he and I were dating for a year, basically. You know, we'd have lunch. He was in my office. We'd be working together every week. And it wasn't until after a year of really getting to know each other that we said, okay, let's do this. And then every other partner has been through the mentorship program and was hanging out with us. We've all known each other for more than a year and have been going through week by week with the 52 Weeks of Wealth or in the mentorship program on Mondays and having those deeper conversations. So that year long, that is like, actually, that's really good, Mike. It does take a decent amount of time to identify whether a person's a good partner. That's why today's exercise included somebody you already know, somebody who've already been watching, observing, and has already sent you money, has already worked with you on some level. There may be an opportunity to deepen that. Go ahead, Julie.
Just to build, and it's a great segue to go after you, Walter. I started reading the law of success, and he talked about our harmonious as a great word to identifying a partner and how you can be a good partner too. If you bring disagreement or you have someone that always disagrees, it's tough to kind of get together and accomplish anything. So again, going through meetings with someone throughout the year, you can really identify if it's going to be a harmonious energy between the two minds.
100%. Let's give Julie Bradley a round of applause. She is our bookkeeper. She's keeper of the books. A little different keeper of the books, right?
I guess my question would be, what if I don't know if I'm ready for a partner? Like, what are some signs that like you're ready to move to that next level?
That's great. Let me go with Mitch Jaworski, because Mitch for the longest time was avoiding partners. And finally, I think he just took on another partner with his previous mentor.
I had things to say on the last question. I was typing in rap quotes that fit what's going on in chat about the fool me and shame on you stuff. I was about to quote J. Cole. I mean, come on. You're messing up my flow here. Messing up the site.
Hand scam if you like one of Mitch's rap quotes. Drop it on us, brother.
Oh, I'm not. No. Anyway, to answer Amy's question, partners. Yeah. So, I mean, I was kind of laughing when Mike was talking about, spending a year with his law firm partner and, iron that out, because like my first partner is someone I've known since I was 14 years old. I mean, we partnered 3 years ago, so we'd already known each other for whatever it was, 20 years. And that lesson was, why the F didn't I do this way sooner? Because, him and I have acquired more real estate in, 3 years than I acquired on my own. Yeah, like 7 years on my own. So, and here's the thing, my real estate investing partner, he brought no money to the deal. It's not like he brought a bunch of money and we were able to acquire like more stuff because of that. Like he brought zero money. Like I was the one that brought money. Partnerships are that valuable. All the minutia that kind of these guys were getting into is true. Like you need to recognize strengths, weaknesses, all that. But to kind of go back to Thurban's question, on a high level, the answer is to be a good partner, just don't suck as a person and you're already on your way. And, whether partner is being good to you or, if you should partner, is the same thing. It's like, if they suck as a person, then don't keep them as a partner. So that's like kind of the high level of it. You definitely want to iron out stuff ahead of time. But as far as being ready to partner, like the real answer is, you were ready yesterday, right? Like you're always ready to partner. It's just a matter of finding, that correct fit or the value adds. Like in the end, the point of partnering is to basically amplify and speed up getting to the destination, getting to the goal. So Amy, if you meet somebody that, can help you and you can help them, you're ready, right? In the end, it's, can I help this person? Can they help me? And by working together, can we basically help each other reach a goal faster, reach a goal bigger, whatever it is, right? Like the saying goes, I'm going to forget it. Walter knows what I'm thinking.
Go farther with somebody, but you can go faster alone. And
yes.
So some people just want that quick, let's go fast. But for us, we're long-term thinkers. So we're thinking, let's go the distance. Let's go with somebody else.
I mean, and that's so true. And like I said, I've seen it with myself. And also, the saying two heads are better than one. I mean, it really is true, because you have two sets of eyes. You have two, like everyone sees the world differently. We all see the world through our own lens, right? So you're going to get a different perspective and they may see things that you don't see and vice versa. Plus, like you have in the case, like with Walter and Ron, to use them example, those offsetting personalities is so huge. Like me personally, like earlier, I put a Billy Joel quote in the chat about, I just may be the lunatic you're looking for. with me, with partners, I generally am happy if I find someone that is a little quote unquote crazy, because I'm so good at being conservative and hitting singles. I want someone that's willing to push the envelope a little bit and get a little crazy and make me uncomfortable, because I know that I'm going to get more done. I'm going to reach bigger goals because of them pushing more aggressively. But at the same time, I offset them perfectly, because it's just like, I'm so great at risk parity and, risk adverse. So know thyself, circling back to your original question, you were ready yesterday. It's just a matter of finding a partner that, you add value to, that adds value to you, that has a similar goal. I mean, you have to have that same goal.
I love that. Let's give Mitch Jaworski a round of applause. Amy, great question. And to like super focus on what Mitch said right at the end, that's the money of it. You have to know what you want. You have to very clearly know what you're looking to produce and what you're looking to create, because then that opens up the void of what you're missing. And from that awareness, yes, in order to partner with somebody, you have to have a big enough goal that deserves a partner. If you're just trying to get by, you don't need a partner, right? It's very easy just to get by. But if you're looking to make $1 million, partnerships are the easiest way to get there. Partner with somebody who has the opposite, that fulfills your void, who fills that gap in whatever your skill level is. Be a decent human being. Like my mentor always says, be a decent human being and you'll attract decent human beings. If you don't trust people, if you don't trust yourself, then yes, you'll attract somebody who's not trustworthy. So focus on being trustworthy, trust yourself and small things, and you'll be able to do that on bigger things like partnering.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's give Amy McMurray a round of applause. It's a great question. I love it. And we'll take one last question because me and Mike do have to go. I know a lot of the millionaires are already jumping off because they've also got to go. And Anila, your hand is up.
Hi, thank you so much. Coming back to the partnership, I tried actually this weekend to get a friend of mine to partner with me for me to buy my first house. And I wasn't very good at getting her to say yes. She didn't say no, but she didn't say yes. She was kind of in the middle. And I was like, I think I'm not doing this justice. So I'm understanding what you're saying, the importance of getting a partner, but how does somebody like me who is just getting started, still is learning the language, this world of real estate, get people to say yes? She knows me very well. So she knows everything about me. And for her to trust me, to partner with me when I'm not 100% sure how to sell myself, I don't know. I feel like I still have a chance, but I don't know how to get it all the way.
I like this. And I see something Ron dropped in the chat. He said, alone, you can go fast into a wall. And with a partner, they can help you get over the wall. So hilarious. Let's give Ron Bowling a round of applause. I love that. Anila, to answer your question, this concept of this person's known me forever and I can't seem to sell them, I can't seem to get that yes out of them, it's because they fucking know you and they know that you're not confident with the deal and they know that they're feeling you shaking your boots. So you first have to get confident with the deal. You first have to feel like you do know what you're doing. Like no matter what happens, you're going to do it. What has been your history with this person will have a major impact on whether you're trustworthy in their eyes. Have you always delivered on things? And if you haven't, if they've seen you shake, in the past, that's a reason to be like, well, they haven't been super consistent in the past. Why would they be consistent with this? So where would you say you stand in both of those?
Well, she says, I trust you. I trust you with my life. I think she trusts me as a person. I don't think she trusts my ability as a real estate person. Does that make sense? Because I've worked in the medical field all these years and the real estate is such a new world to me. And she and her husband are always flipping. So they understand stuff more than I do. So I don't know if this makes sense what I'm saying, but I think that's
what were you looking for in the partnership? What was going to be your role? So
I was asking her if she was willing to help me finance, at least put down the money, whatever the percentage is to get a 2 or 3 door. And I told her that I would pay her back monthly plus interest. And she was like, it sounds good, but I don't know. You got to tell me more. I trust you. Because I said to her, you trust me, right? And she's like, yes, I trust you with my life. That's not the problem. It's not trust. The problem is, do you know what you're talking about? You know what I mean?
Exactly. All right. Got it. So this is good for everybody on the call.
Let me jump in here if I could. People will not do something because you don't know what you're talking about. They won't do something because you're trying to convince them you know enough about what you're talking about. But if you went to this person and say, you know what, I don't know what I'm talking about, That's one of the biggest reasons I want to partner with you, because you've done this before and you can help me walk through it. And I really want to do this. You have knowledge, you have some money. I'll go bird dog. I'll go find, excuse me, I'm choking. I'll go find the property. You help me finance it, and I'll give you whatever percentage you want to help me learn this. And so I think what's going on with you is you're coming from a place of trying to prove yourself instead of trying to ask for help.
I guess I just don't know how to do it. I don't know.
Right. And I just gave you the words to use. I don't want to convince you. This is what I would say. I don't want to convince you I know what I'm doing. I want to learn from you, because you've already done this a number of times with your husband. And I need to learn how to do some of this stuff so that I can do it on my own eventually. But you guys have a formula. You guys know what you're doing. And I'd like to get a 2 or 3 family and partner with you. And it happens all the time in Alchemist Nation.
If you're not feeling that answer, if you don't want to learn from them, then sometimes it makes sense to learn from somebody else. And the mentorship may be a good opportunity for you. It may make sense to jump on a Millionaire Path consultation with Amy or Derek. Like, because sometimes that's the case, right? We don't want to learn from our friends because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think they don't want to necessarily teach me. I mean, they're busy with their projects and, they don't have time for me. Like, I would be like another burden on their plate, so, and that's why I wasn't there to ask them to teach me anything. I was there to ask them to partner with me. And I was trying to make it a win-win situation for both of us.
Right. And so
I could sense that in what you were saying. 2
things there. One, I'd check in with yourself, because you just told yourself what they're thinking. That means you're not actually talking to them. Number 2, you don't know that they don't want to teach you because you told yourself that. I would have that conversation with them. And if they don't want to move forward with you, do what Walter just said, join the mentorship. We will help you understand how to go about that. There's people that partner all together all the time in Alchemist Nation. Show up at the boot camp. We'll walk you through how to do some of those things. You have many options. You're doing what a lot of people do, which is hesitate because you tried one thing one way and then you listen to yourself that it's not working. The biggest key to any of this is becoming more vulnerable and more honest about where you're at with what you need and what you want. And when you can get honest with that, you can actually start moving forward. I would suggest getting into the mentorship because we cover a lot of that.
That's another thing. I'm very interested in the mentorship. I just have to find a financial way to get there. That's what it is. It's the
Dorina.
Yeah.
Not Dorina. Talk to Amy.
Anyways,
Dorina's doing other activities now.
Yeah. So anyways, I don't want to take too much of your time. I appreciate your willingness to listen to me and answer me, and your time and these meetings every Saturday. They're very encouraging. And so thank you so much.
Anila, you're important, right? So this is just the beginning. You're a powerful woman who's going to be learning these skills, and very soon people will be coming to you asking for money, asking to teach them how to do deals. And so it's just, we're making that little investment right now. And over time, you're going to be able to pay this forward to other people. So you're worth the time, you're worth the investment. And thank you for the question.
I want to point out real quick that the way you were like apologizing as you were thanking us, if that's coming across in your conversations with the person that you were talking to, that can kill a deal real quick, because you're actually conveying that I'm not as worthy as someone else. And so it's a really weird thing that we get into a habit of unconsciously. We almost apologize for being, and it's like, no, you have every right to be here. You got a link, you found your way here, you belong here, and you can ask a question and we will answer it if we have time. That's what this is for. We want you to be asking the questions. You do not need to apologize or thank us for the time, because it's yours. We gave it to you. We want to do this. And when you talk to Amy, she wants to give you that time to talk about if the mentorship is a good idea or not. We want to help people make decisions, and we want people to stand in their power and take action. And when you walk in and go, I'm not sure if you would want to do, nobody wants to do that. But you go, I got this thing happening. I want to make a deal. I want you to help me because you know what you're doing. There's a confidence that you belong there, even though you don't know what you're doing.
I don't know how to get that confidence. I have to learn.
Join the mentorship.
We'll take care of you, Anila. Let's give Anila a round of applause. Have a conversation with Amy. Amy, I think, just dropped her link. And this, what this kind of reminds me of, Ron just dropped in the chat with me on the side, is building relationships, building partnerships around friendships is not always, very rarely, the best strategy. Build partnerships around admiration, around respect, around somebody you see doing really well and that you admire and you like, and you see, value you can bring. The friendship will develop if you spend time around it. I am, friends with all my partners, but that was, something that came out of post doing really great stuff together, right? Really serving with people together. The friendships kind of develop after we're spending all this time building things. So, so Anil, it's okay if we're not necessarily partnering with our friends immediately, but I will also say I do partner with my friends all the time when they see the value in what I'm doing. And that's what we'll work with you on the mentorship to be able to create your value and position yourself so that people do see your value in what you're doing, and acknowledge you as somebody who does know how to evaluate deals, even if you take as long as Brian Huffman to figure out how to evaluate deals and get some confidence around it, which Brian has to be setting a record for us right now on how long it takes to build his confidence to go and do the deals. Which, let's give Brian Huffman a round of applause, because even
There is a book out there on that.
He's got the books, though. He's reading the books. I love Brian. All right, I saw your hand, Julie. That we do have to jump off. Me and Mike totally intend to be at this this training right now.
I just wanted to give a testimony. I'm a mentorship graduate, so maybe it'll help Anila recognize that to find the money, you will not be disappointed. I have 300 times my net worth by going through the mentorship. Don't take no for an answer. Find a way to take down your deal. And the more deals you do, people will come to you. They will, just like Walter said, if that has happened. I have gotten taken to lunch 3 times, and it's never happened before in my life. So just keep taking down those deals, and right people will come to you. Thank you. Thank you.
So powerful. Let's give Julie Bradley a round of applause. I love seeing everybody's success. I love seeing the questions. I love seeing the comments. I love seeing Julie Bradley's testimonials every week. They're fantastic. They change, they adjust. For everybody who wants to give us a testimonial, we'll take testimonials, because that's one of the most compelling ways to bring somebody into the mentorship, to get somebody to become a millionaire. When you spend time with millionaires, you inevitably become a millionaire. Focus on the best, surround yourself with the best, and you will eventually become the best. To speed it up, ask a few questions, right? If you're already hanging out with millionaires, ask a few questions. That's what alchemistnation.com is all about. Drop your questions out in the activity feed. If you send them directly to one of us in a messenger, you're going to be delayed by how long it takes us to go and look at our messages. But if you send them in the activity feed, whoever is paying attention at that time is going to start jumping in. And like in this call, all the coaches want to answer at some point. So let's give our coaches a big round of applause for hanging out with us. These are all millionaires, millionaire females, millionaire males, men and women who have created wealth for themselves, and now they're paying it forward and creating wealth for others. We've all made the commitment to build 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. Alchemist Nation is here to serve, to support, and answer questions. So cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best.
Always work with the best, the best, the best.
I'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir.